जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टौ दशरथ श्रेष्ठ श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस एसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी जगत गुरु शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टौ दशरथ श्रेष्ठ श्रीमद हिज डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर महाराज शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य शिल हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम महापुराण की जय। समवेता गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। जनिताई गौर प्रेमानंदे। Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class to the Sri Sri Radha Gopinath's temple. All the devotees assembled here, please welcome, and all the devotees watching through online, Facebook page or YouTube, please welcome to this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. So we are doing Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 4, chapter number 14, titled The Story of King Bena. Today we are doing text number 42. So please repeat after me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, chapter number 14, text number 42. Please repeat after me. Nangasya Vamso Rajarse. Nangasya Vamso Rajarse. Esha samsthatum arhati. Amogha birjahi nripa. Vamsesmin kesavasrayah. Nangasya vamso rajarse. Esa samsthatum arhati. Amogha birjahi nripa. Vamsesmin kesavasrayah. Nangasya vamso rajarse. Esha samsthatum arhati. Amogha birjahi nripa. Vamsesmin kesavasrayah. Prabhuji, please. Nangasya vamso rajarse. Esha samsthatum arhati. Vamsesmin kesavasrayah. Nangasya vamso rajarse. Esha samsthatum arhati. Amogha birjahi nripa. Vamsesmin kesavasrayah. Mataji, please. Esha samsthatum arhati. Amogha birjahi nripa. Vamsesmin kesavasrayah. Nangasya Vamso Rajarser Esa Samsthatum Arhati Amogha Birja Hinripa Vamsesmin Keshavasrayaha. You like to try? You like to try? No? Okay. Word for word translation. No, not Angasya of King Anga. Vamshaha, family line. Raja Rishe of the saintly king. Eshaha, this Samsthatum, to be stopped. Arhati, out. Amogha, without sin. Powerful. Virjaha, their semen. He, because. Nripaha, kings. Vamshe, in the family. Asmin, this. Keshava, of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ashrayaha, under the shelter. Okay, translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation, please repeat after me. The sages decided that the descendants of the family of the saintly king Anga should not be stopped. For in this family, the semen was very powerful, and the children were prone to become devotees of the Lord. Okay, purport. The purity of hereditary succession is called Amogha Birja. The pious seminal succession in the twice born family. The pious seminal succession in the twice born families of the Brahmanas and Kshatriyas, especially, as well as in the families of the Vaishyas also, must be kept very pure by the observation of the purificatory processes, beginning with Garbhadhana Samskara, which is observed before conceiving a child. Unless this purificatory process is strictly observed, especially by the Brahmanas, the family descendants become impure, and gradually sinful activities become visible in the family. Maharaja Anga was very pure because of the purification of semen in the family of Maharaj Dhruva. However, his semen became contaminated in association with his wife, Sunitha, who happened to be the daughter of death personified. Because of this polluted semen, the king Bena was produced. This was a catastrophe in the family of Dhruva Maharaj. All the saintly persons and sages considered this point, and they decided to take action in this matter as described in the following verses. Jai Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Let's do a quick Mangalachara. Om Jnana Timirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kada Mahyam Dadati Padantikam Bandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Pada Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsa Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhan Vitamsha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Namo Mahabadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaur Tushe Namaha Bancha Kalpataru Vesa Kripa Sindhu Bevacha पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. Welcome again this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. I'll read the translation once again. The sages decided that the descendants of the family of the saintly king Anga should not be stopped, for in this family the semen was very powerful and the children were prone to become devotees of the Lord. So if we go through the sloka, Nangasya Bamso Rajarshe. Bamso means family line. Angasya, na Angasya. Maharaj Anga, King Anga, his family line, talking about his family line in this verse. Rajarse, that is the quality of King Anga given in this verse. Rajarse, King Anga was saintly king. He was great soul. About the King Anga it is mentioned. Tasya Shila Nidhe Rajan. Shila Nidhe, he was the reservoir of all qualities. He was the lover of Brahminical culture. He was great soul. Mahatma, he was Mahatma. So that is the description, that's the quality of King Anga. And here in this verse also we see Nangasya Bamso Rajarshe, King Anga's Bamsa, talking about King Anga's family line. And Rajarshe, that is the quality of King Anga. King Anga happened to be saintly king. Rajarshe, great devotee, great soul, saintly king. Esha Samsthatum or Samsthatum. Now we have to connect the point here. Bamso and Samsthatum. What happened, like few verses before, what happened is, like we read the story of King Bena, who happened to be the son of King Anga. He was not very good in his behavior. He was given the, after his father, King Anga left the kingdom, and at that time there was no one in the kingdom to look after. There was no leader in the kingdom. Because of that, and there were like increase of the rogues and the thieves, and there like this kind of danger was there. Because of that, and all the sages headed by Bhrigumuni, the sages headed by Bhrigumuni, they decided, okay, there is no king, there is no leader. Because of this, like citizens are in danger, so we should enthrone King Bena, who is the son of King Anga, as a king, and they enthroned him. But like from the very beginning of his life, he was not very good at his character. It is mentioned like he used to go to the forest, take his bow and arrow, and unnecessarily kill the innocent animals. And he would like playfully kill his playmates also while playing. So that was his character, that was his quality, that was how bad he was. Still like he was given the throne, okay, you become the king and look after the citizens. He was given the king by the great sages headed by Bhrigumuni. For that, but ministers, they knew the character, they knew the quality of King Bena. That's why they were not very happy actually. Yeah, he was given the kingdom and he was very opulent and very powerful. And after being like coming in the kingdom, rather than looking after the praja properly, rather than giving them nice protection, he began to do all sort of nonsense things. All the sacrifice performed, those things was stopped. And like he was like, king is supposed to be leader, or king is supposed to be the shelter, or the one who is giving protection to the citizens. But he was becoming the source of problem for the citizens. Because of that, all the sages, again same sages headed by Bhrigumuni, they consulted, okay, this is going on, we should stop this king. Like that they decided. And they went and talked, like they were very angry at his behavior. The sages were very angry also with his behavior. And although they were angry, they concealed their anger, went to King Bena and talked very politely, okay, this shouldn't be done. Actually, in your kingdom, all the praja should be properly protected. All the sacrifice should be performed. Demigods and the Supreme Lord, they should be offered the sacrifices. Like that, sages were giving him the instruction, suggestion. Very politely, very gently, sages were giving him, the King Bena, the suggestion. But King Bena was so proud, he was so ignorant, he was very proud. He was thinking like, he was saying, hey, how come like you are giving suggestion to your kings? I'm like your, King Ben is giving the analogy. You are behaving like a woman, rather than the woman is supposed to serve her husband. Rather than being chaste to her husband, rather than being submissive to husband, and rather than serving the husband, you are looking after some other paramour, and you are showing your love to paramour. Like that, this kind of analogy he is giving. Okay, you are my praja, you are my praja, rather than supporting me, rather than being submissive to me, you are telling me to worship the demigods. You are telling me to offer oblation to Lord Vishnu. Like that he is saying. See how proud, how ignorant he was. He was saying even like Lord Vishnu, Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Indra, Chandra, Vayu, everyone is just a part and parcel of my body. He was saying like that. Even Supreme Lord Vishnu is the part and parcel of my body. Like that he was saying. He was so ignorant. And like sages, like when they heard the blasphemy of the Supreme Lord, they couldn't tolerate. They became very angry. The anger they were concealing, now the concealed anger came out. They decided to kill him at once. They shouted at him, you are not supposed to be in the kingdom. You are blaspheming Supreme Lord. Such a sinful personality. You are not supposed to be the leader of the kingdom. Like that. They said to him, and it is mentioned like high sounding words. The sages didn't use any weapons, nothing. The sages didn't use any weapons, nothing to kill the King Bena. By using high sounding words, the King Bena was blaspheming Supreme Lord. Because of that, the sages became very angry. And by using high sounding words, they killed King Bena. They killed King Bena. And after there is a description given. After that also sages were sitting in the bank of the river Saraswati, taking their bathings and doing their regular sacrifice oblations and everything they were doing. And while they were doing that, and they were talking about the Supreme Lord also, transcendental person. They were talking about transcendental person and his activities and his pastimes. They were doing like that. And after some time, they saw the storms of the dust arising in the other direction. They saw, and that was because the reason why the storms of dust was raising there was thieves, rogues. They were riding in the horse. They were running here and there freely, independently. They were running here and there to plunder the citizens. That was the reason they were. There was the dust raised by the storm. And when the Brahmanas saw that, they thought actually they had killed the King Bena. There is no leader in the kingdom, no leader. Now these thieves and rogues have again arisen, and they are giving trouble to the citizens. When Brahmanas saw that, they couldn't tolerate. At first, they thought, yesterday's verse we see Brahman is supposed to be very equal to everyone. At first they thought. But later again they thought, if we remain silent in this, the thing is Brahmana had the power. The Brahmanas, they had the power to kill the king also. And here plunderers, thieves and rogues, they are giving trouble to the citizens. They have the power to control them also. Here Brahmanas have the power. And they are thinking, okay, we have the power. But still in this case, if we sit silently, if we sit peacefully, then this is not good. Our spiritual power, our spiritual power will be diminished. Example is given just like the water put in the pot. There is a water pot that has the hole in it, and if we put the water there, the water will go away. That water will not stay there in the pot. Same way, if we have a power to control these thieves and rogues also, we have power to do something here, but if we remain simply silent, don't do any action, don't take any action, then this will be not good. They thought like that. And then coming this verse. Okay, although we have killed the King Bena, but Rajarsi, his father was Rajarsi, King Anga was Rajarsi. So although Bena was bad quality, he was bad quality, bad character king, but his father's family descendant is like Rajarse. So his father is Rajarse. Although son is like very bad character, bad quality, his father was Rajarse. That's why we shouldn't stop his family descendants, like that sages are saying. Bamsho Sthatum. Bamsho means family line, family descendants. Sthatum means stop. Although we have killed the king Baena, but we shouldn't stop the family line, family descendants of King Anga. Why? Because he was a Rajarse. Rajarse King Anga's family descendant shouldn't be stopped. And third line answer is given. Why they shouldn't stop? Amogha Birje Hi Nripa. In that descendant, in that family line, the kings, Nripa means king. Amogha Birja, sinless, pure. Amogha means pure. Their like seminal succession was very pure, like that they were saying. Amogha Birja Hi Nripa. The kings, they are very, very good character. Their seminal succession has been very pure. So, and seminal succession has been pure. And Bamses mean Kesavashraya. Kesavashraya. And the Bamsa, the descendants coming in that family, the family's seminal succession was very pure. Because of that, the descendants coming in that family has been very, very devoted to Supreme Lord Kesavashraya. So yeah, because of that reason, we shouldn't stop the family descendants of King Anga like that. These great sages are saying. That's the mercy of the. This is sages are thinking like that. Sages are thinking like that, and they want to take action. Here, like the thieves and rogues are giving trouble to citizens. They are thinking like that, okay, and they are out of their compassion, out of their mercy. They are thinking like that, and they want to take action. And next verse, we can see what kind of actions they took. So yeah, mercy, compassion. This is very important character one should have. Like Srila Prabhupada, he's very merciful. Who can be more merciful than Srila Prabhupada? He's like eternal associate of the Lord, pure devotee, eternal. Sri Krishna's Parsad, Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale, very dear to Krishna. Krishna's confidential. Senapati Bhakta, Srila Prabhupada. He's said about Senapati Bhakta. He's very dear to Lord Chaitanya, very dear to Shri Radha Gopinath. Lord Chaitanya and Shri Radha Gopinath's eternal associate, Srila Prabhupada. He was so merciful. Like what he didn't have, right? He was already Nitya Siddha. He was already eternal associate of the Lord. What he didn't have. But he still like out of supreme compassion, out of supreme mercy, he's like coming out and giving Krishna to us. What are we doing here? Like what we were doing before. We were doing all sort of nonsense, right? All sort of nonsense. Eating, drinking, everything, all sort of nonsense we were doing. Like this was our life before. But Srila Prabhupada is coming, like people like us were engaging in such kind of nonsense. And to people like us, Srila Prabhupada, out of his supreme compassion, supreme mercy, is coming and giving out this Krishna, the treasure, the real thing in our life, Vastava Vastu, real benefit, real substance in our life, Krishna. Chanting Hare Krishna mantra, Srimad Bhagavatam, he's giving us. Otherwise, who can, the great city like Sydney, like places like America, like great city like places, great city Sydney, America, if we see China, Japan, there is like ample of opportunity for sense gratification. Ample of opportunity. Every step, every direction there is opportunity, full of opportunity for sense gratification. But it's still like city like this, Sydney, right? We say American cities, Japan, China, city like this also people are chanting Hare Krishna. People are worshipping Supreme Lord. People are living the real life, That is because of the supreme compassion of Srila Prabhupada. So thing we should learn here is like, if we have a power, just like sages are thinking, okay, we have a power. If we do not control here, if we do not take action here, then we will also be blamed. Our spiritual power will be diminished, like that they are thinking. So same way, like we should also think, we have got this opportunity, very nice opportunity to practice Krishna consciousness. We have got Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. We have got this Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita. Everything we have got. And we have got the power also. And we see like so many people still they don't have got this opportunity. So we should learn from this point like, yeah, We have this opportunity, and there are so many people, they haven't got this opportunity. So if we don't take action in this case, then it is not very good. So it is not very good. That's the thing. And that's the point. And Prabhupada is talking in this verse, in this purport, about the purity of uh, seminal succession of the family. Hereditary succession or seminal succession. Purity of seminal succession is very important, like the Prabhupada is saying. Like one might ask question also, like same question was asked by Vidura also in previous chapter, if we remember. When Maitreya Muni was describing about all the descendants of Dhruva Maharaj, and he talked about Anga also, King Anga, and he had like, he talked about King Anga, and he talked about his family, and at that time, Vidura asked Maitreya Muni, okay, here, like King Anga is very saintly person. He's Rajarse, he's Mahatma, he's like endowed with all sort of good qualities. But still, how come like he's such a great soul? But still, how come he has like such a bad child? Because of that, he had to leave his kingdom. Like that, Vidura also asked. One might have that kind of question here. But answer is given by Srila Prabhupada. His semen became like, before like seminal succession was pure. Seminal succession was pure. But his semen became contaminated in association with his wife, Sunita. So yeah, the Sunita, the wife of King Anga, she happened to be the daughter of death personified. So because of her association, so the his semen became contaminated, like that Prabhupada is saying. And because of that, King Bena took birth as his child. And if we see like previous chapter, there is mention about the King Anga's glorious activities, the purity of King Anga also. Like one time King Anga was performing the Ashwamedha Yajna, and he had appointed great brahmanas. They were very expert at reciting the prayers. They were very expert at reciting the Vedic mantras, and they were very expert to invite the demigods to the, if they perform the sacrifice, and they are so expert to invite the demigod to the sacrifice to accept their share. They were so expert. And one time like King Anga performed Ashwamedha Yajna like that, and he had appointed very expert brahmanas. Even though like he had appointed the expert brahmanas, expert priest, at that sacrifice, at the end of that sacrifice, demigods didn't come to accept their share. Demigods didn't come to accept their share. And at that time, like brahmanas are shocked. Hey, how come? Brahmanas are saying to King Anga, you are such a great soul. You are such a great personality. You are filled with all sort of good qualities. And the ingredients we use in this sacrifice that have been collected by you, you are such a great soul. You collected all the ingredients nicely, properly you collected all the ingredients to be used in the sacrifice. So there is no chance the ingredients were impure. There is no chance the ingredients were impure. And talking about ourselves on our part, we are also very expert brahmanas, expert priest, expert at reciting all sort of mantra. So there is no fault on your part. There is no fault on our part. But still demigods are not coming. How come this happening like that? The priest, they are being astonished, and they are talking to King Anga like that. And King Anga is like aggrieved now. Hey, how come? He's like distressed. How come I performed this sacrifice? How come demigods are not coming? He became aggrieved, and he took permission from the priest, the brahmanas engaged there. He took permission from them, and he broke his silence, and he's asking the brahmanas again, hey, what kind of offense did I commit? What sort of offense did I commit? Because of that, the demigods are not coming here. The King Anga is asking to the brahmanas, the priest. And one of the head priests, he is answering. The head priest is answering the question of King Anga. Talking about yourself, on your part, there is no fault. They are saying to him, like, in this life, you haven't committed any sinful activity, you haven't committed any offense in this life, even within your mind. He was such a great person. He was such a filled with all sort of good quality, such a great soul. He didn't commit any offense, any sin in this life, even within the mind. That was the position of King Anga. And the priest is saying, okay, dear king, you are very great soul. As far as this life is concerned, you haven't committed any offense, any sin. But previous life, you have committed some sinful actions. So because of that, you don't have any child. Like this incident is before the Bena took birth. Because of previous life's sin, you haven't got any son. Like that, the priest is saying to King Anga. And priest is saying also, okay, but if you please Supreme Lord, if you offer oblation to Supreme Lord, and if you pray to Supreme Lord, you will be able to deliver you your desired result. You will be able to deliver you son. Like that, the priest is giving him the advice. And priest also says, at that time, when you offer oblation for the Supreme Lord, at that time Supreme Lord will personally come to fulfill your desire. And at that time, the demigods will also come with the Supreme Lord, and they will take their share. Like that, the priest is saying to King Anga. And on behalf of King Anga, the Brahmanas, the priest engaged there. They perform oblation. They perform the sacrifice and offer oblations to the fire for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. And when that was completed, that sacrifice was completed, from the sacrificial altar, one personality came out. From sacrificial altar, one personality came out. He was wearing white garments. And he was wearing white garments, golden ornament, golden necklace. He was wearing golden garland. And he was, in his hand, he was holding a golden pot. And what was inside the golden pot? Anyone like to guess? Anyone know? What was inside the golden pot? Yeah, the person coming out of the sacrificial altar, he was in his golden pot. Mentioned like the rice boiled in the milk. So that was inside the golden pot. And yes, King Anga is very happy, very happy now, very satisfied. And he takes permission of the sages, the Brahmanas there, and he takes the pot, golden pot. And taking the permission from the sages, he smells the golden pot nicely, and he offers the share to his wife. So, and to his wife, and before, like, she had his wife Sunita, she didn't have any children, but because of after accepting that prasad, she begot the Bena. So the thing I'm saying is, like, that's the story, how great King Anga was. That's the story, like how the Bena took birth. So that's the position, that's the story. And this coming back to the point, how like such a great soul, such a great person, how he's having such a bad child. The reason is his semen became contaminated in the association of his wife Sunita, who happened to be the daughter of death personified. So and Prabhupada in this connection, like in this connection, Prabhupada talks about the genetic transformation also, how like daughter gets the quality of her father, and son gets the quality of her mother, like that, this kind of things Prabhupada talks in this connection. So that's the point. And so purity of the seminal, that's very important. The family succession, generation succession, the seminal, the purity is very important. Prabhupada says, if that purity is not maintained in the family, the sinful activity will arise. Like that Prabhupada is saying. So the King Anga's semen, that became contaminated because of that Bena came, and he started performing all sort of offenses. He started doing all sort of nonsense activity. That's the thing. And there is a story in like Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 10 also about the sages assembled here. Like we read, right? The sages headed by Bhrigu Muni, they were performing their oblations, daily sacrifices, taking bath in the Saraswati river and in the bank of the river. Like they were offering oblations, sacrifice for the pleasure of the Lord. Their daily duty they were doing, like that it is mentioned. So same sages, story of the same sages come in 10th canto Srimad Bhagavatam also. So there it starts like long ago, like the same batch of the sages, same batch of the sages who enthroned King Bena, and who again cursed King Bena to die. And they are again taking action. Same batch of sages, they are like long ago in the same bank of the river Saraswati. They perform the great sacrifice named Satra, it is mentioned. So they perform the great sacrifice named Satra. And in that assembly of the sages, they used to discuss about the Vedic literature. They used to talk about the Vedic literature, spiritual subject matter, philosophical discussion they used to do. And one time what happened, one question was raised. The question was like, there are the three predominating deities: Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, and Lord Vishnu. And out of this, who is the great? Who is the greatest? So that question was arised in their association, in their assembly. And they were like not able to get to the conclusion. They were not able to come to the conclusion. And they appointed, all the sages assembled there, they appointed Bhrigu Muni, who is the son of Lord Brahma. They appointed Bhrigu Muni to go and test all the three predominating deities and to test and bring the conclusion, okay, who is the greatest? Like that was that decision was there. And after that, and their situation was how they will test the three predominating deities was that they will test by who among the three predominant deity contain more quality of goodness. Like there are three predominant deity like Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, Lord Shiva. Among three, who contains the quality of goodness in full? Who contains more quality of goodness? And he will be the supreme. That was their criteria. That was their decision criteria. And after that decision, they appointed Bhrigu Muni. And Bhrigu Muni went to, he went to Brahma Loka. And Brahma happened to be the father of Bhrigu Muni. And when he approached his father, he's like, the etiquette is like when we approach our guru, when we approach our father, we should offer our obeisances. We should recite some prayers, right? Just like when we come to Srila Prabhupada, we offer our obeisances and we say, Namom Vishnu Padaya, Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta, Swami Niti Namine, Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Pracharine, Nirbishesha Shunyavadi, Paschatya Deshatarine. That's the etiquette. Similarly, when we take darshan of Gopinath, what do we say? Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. We say this, we do same Srila Prabhupada, we do same to Gopinath also when we take darshan of Shri Radha Gopinath. So that's the etiquette. When we approach our senior, when we approach our father, spiritual master, offer our obeisances and recite some prayers in their glorification. But in this case, as Bhrigu Muni was going to test his father now, so therefore he purposefully didn't offer any pranam, he didn't offer any prayers to his father. And Lord Brahma is now angry. He is my son. He's supposed to offer some obeisances. He's supposed to recite some prayers. What is he doing? Like seeing at his behavior, Lord Brahma became angry. Although externally Lord Brahma didn't show any anger, but seeing at him, Bhrigu Muni could understand. Lord Brahma was so angry, he was going to curse even. He was going to curse. Okay, let me curse. He was going to curse him. But utilizing his intelligence, he subdued his anger. And Bhrigu Muni could understand, although he didn't show his anger, Bhrigu Muni could understand, okay, Lord Brahma is angry. He's anger. Test completed. Test finished. So he concluded that. And after that, he went to Kailas. Who lives in Kailas? Lord Shiva lives in Kailas. And what is the relationship between Bhrigu Muni and Lord Shiva? Brothers, what is the relationship between Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva? Father and son, right? So Lord Brahma's son, Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma's son, Bhrigu Muni, they are brothers. And he went to Kailas, where Lord Shiva lives. Lord Shiva seeing his brother coming. Okay, my brother is coming. He's very pleased, very happy. And he's running to embrace Bhrigu Muni. And Bhrigu Muni, of course, he's taking some test, taking some exam. He's saying, my dear brother, Brigamuni said to Lord Shiva, my dear brother, see, you are not very pure. You always put ash in your body. You never take shower. All the rag, right? The ashes, dead burnt ashes, you put all over your body. I'm a Brahmana. You are very impure. I cannot embrace you. Like that, Brigamuni is saying to Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva, he's like very happy. He's so pleased to see his brother and he's running to embrace him. But his brother is like rejecting him like that. Lord Shiva became very angry. Very angry. Like because of his anger, his like eyes was getting more red. His eyes was getting reddish. Where is my Trishul, he took his, he wanted to kill Brigamuni at once. He's blaspheming me like that. He's like rejecting my offer. I'm trying to embrace him. He's rejecting me. What is my Trishul? I'll kill him. Lord Shiva, he wanted to kill Brigamuni taking his trident. And at that time, like Mother Parvati, Mother Durga, she fall at the feet of Lord Shiva and she pacified Lord Shiva. Evoking the quality of goodness in Lord Shiva, she pacified Lord Shiva like that. And like they are also taste completed. Lord Brahma taste finished, Lord Shiva taste finished. Now after that, he straight away went to, where did he go? Anyone like to guess where did he go? He went to Vaikuntha. He went to Sweta Dvipa. Who lives there? Lord Vishnu. And what is the bedding of Lord Vishnu? What is the bedding of Lord Vishnu? Shesha. But in this case, bit different. He went to Sweta Dvipa, where Lord Vishnu was sleeping on the bed of the flowers, it is mentioned. Not in the bed of the Shesha, Ananta Shesha's bed. He was sleeping on the bed of the flowers, it is mentioned. So he went to the Sweta Dvipa, where Lord Vishnu was sleeping on the bed of the flowers. And Mother Lakshmi, she was engaged in massaging the lotus feet of the Lord. And Brigamuni, like he had to taste Lord Vishnu also. He straight away went to approach Lord Vishnu and kicked him on his chest. Lord Vishnu, he kicked him on his chest. And he kicked him on his chest. Purposefully he did that. But like Lord Vishnu, like he's supposed to be angry also. Like if we see the situation, Lord Brahma, he didn't offer respect. He didn't offer prayers to Lord Brahma. He became angry. Brigamuni just said to Lord Shiva, okay, you are not very pure. I cannot embrace you. He became angry. Here, like he went and he kicked on the chest of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu is also supposed to be angry, right? But he didn't become angry. He is all merciful, Supreme Lord. He didn't become angry. He didn't like get up from his bed. Oh, you naughty, you foolish Brahmana. He didn't do that. He sits sleeping on his bed of the flowers. He straight away get up. You foolish Brahmana. He didn't say that. Lord Vishnu didn't say that. He's all merciful. He didn't become angry at all. Rather, he get up. He rose from his bed along with Lakshmiji. And he approached Brahmana and very politely addressed Brahmana, the Brigamuni. My dear Brahmana, you have come to my place. It is my great fortune. Today you have come to my place. It is my great fortune. So kindly take a seat. Take a seat nicely. And I didn't know that you are coming. So if I had knew already that you are coming, I would be welcoming you very nicely, properly. But I didn't know that you are coming. I couldn't receive you properly. Sorry for that. This is like offense on my part. This is like mistake on my part. So kindly excuse me for that. And you are so pure, my dear Brahmana. You are so pure. The water that washes your lotus feet can purify even the places of pilgrimage. The water that washes your lotus feet can purify even the places of pilgrimage. So you have come here. So kindly purify this Sweta Dvipa. Kindly purify this Vaikuntha where I live with my associates. Like that Lord Vishnu is saying. And Lord Vishnu goes on to say, my chest is as hard as thunderbolt. My chest is as hard as thunderbolt, and your lotus feet, your feet is as soft as lotus flower. So when you kick on my chest, you might have felt some pain in your feet. So let me touch your feet to give you relief from the pain that you felt by kicking my chest. Like that Lord Vishnu said. And Lord Vishnu fell down at his feet and began to massage the feet of Brigamuni. Lord Vishnu did that. And in this case, if we like, Prabhupada especially says in this connection, how Supreme Lord loves Brahmanas, right? How Supreme Lord, that is the love of the Supreme Lord for the Brahmanas. So even if sometimes Brahmanas commit some offenses, some mistakes, they should be forgiven, like the Prabhupada says. Because like Supreme Lord is respecting Brahmana like anything. So we should also respect Brahmana. We should also have same kind of respect to Brahmanas. And even if sometimes they happen to commit some sort of offenses, some mistakes, they should be forgiven. And Prabhupada also says, although like Lord Vishnu is all merciful, he didn't take any offense. He didn't take that seriously. He forgave Bhrigu Muni. But Lakshmi ji, she didn't forgive. Like she took it seriously, like that it is mentioned, Srila Prabhupada. That's like she took it seriously. And from that day onwards, Lakshmi ji stopped showering mercy to the Brahmanas. That's why the Brahmanas are generally very, very poor, like that Srila Prabhupada says. So you are committing offense to my husband. You Brahmanas coming and kicking my husband's chest. I'll stop showering mercy on you, like that. She thought, and she stopped showering mercy to Brahmanas. Because of that, Brahmanas became, from that day on, Brahmanas are generally very poor, like the Srila Prabhupada says. The thing is like, Lord Vishnu didn't become very angry. Lord Vishnu like didn't go angry. He's like talking, like addressing Brahmana very politely, very gently. It is my great fortune. You have come to my place. It is my great fortune. I didn't know that you are coming, otherwise I will be welcoming you very nicely. Kindly forgive me for that. Let me massage your feet. My chest is as hard as thunderbolt. Your feet is as soft as lotus flower. You might have felt some pain. Let me massage your lotus feet. He said that. And he started to massage lotus feet of Bhrigu Muni. And Bhrigu Muni could understand the position of Lord Vishnu, and he could also understand the position of himself. Hey, what a shameless activity I did. I'm testing Lord Vishnu. Like he's feeling now. He understood the position of Lord Vishnu. He understood his position also. And because of great gratitude, he couldn't speak any words after that. He couldn't speak any words. Because of great gratitude, tears started gliding from his eyes. He couldn't say anything. He just simply remained silent in front of Lord Vishnu. So that was the incident. That was his experience. Tasting Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Lord Vishnu. He tasted like that, and that was his experience. And after that, he came to the assembly of the same sages, and he shared his experience. He shared his experience. And like it is mentioned, at that time, like those sages, they were like the Brahma, it is mentioned Brahma Badis. They were like discussing about the absolute truth, but they didn't have the real conclusion. They didn't have the real, who is the Supreme Lord, they didn't have that real conclusion. But when they heard the narration of Bhrigu Muni's experience, they properly, very nicely, very attentively heard the experience of Bhrigu Muni. And after that, they came to conclusion. Only Vishnu, Lord Vishnu must be the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Like that, they came to conclusion. They also came to conclusion that if someone wants real peace, if someone wants perfect peace, and if someone wants perfect peace and freedom from all sorts of fear, he should worship the lotus feet of the Supreme Lord Vishnu. He should take shelter of the lotus feet of Supreme Lord Vishnu. They came to conclusion like that. Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, like they were, like when the sages heard all the experience, they were so astonished. Hey, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, they became so angry. Lord Brahma became so angry, he was going to curse him. Lord Shiva became so angry, he was even going to kill him. But like he went and kicked Lord Vishnu. And even that incident also, Lord Vishnu didn't become angry. Like thinking that, hearing that, meditating on that, the sages were very astonished, and they came to the conclusion: Supreme Lord should be the worship. Supreme Lord should be worshipped. Supreme Lord Vishnu should be the Supreme Lord, and we should take shelter of the Supreme Lord Vishnu. Then our life become perfect. Then we get real freedom. Real free from all sort of fear. We get the real peace, perfect peace. Like that, they came to the conclusion. So yeah, they also said like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, just by slight provocations, just by slight agitation, they could lost their peaceful attitude. Then how can they maintain the peaceful attitude of their devotees? Like it is mentioned, like Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva is considered to be the greatest of the demigods, right? Greatest of the demigods. If the situation of the greatest demigod is like that, situation of the greatest demigod, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, is also like, they are just by slight provocation, they lost their peaceful attitude towards their devotee. Then how can they maintain the peace of their devotee? How can they keep their devotee fearless? The the greatest of the demigod, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva, their situation is also like that, then what to talk about the other demigods, right? And then why should we take shelter of other demigods? We cannot trust even the greatest of the demigods, Lord Brahma and Lord Shiva. Why can we put our faith in other demigods? So we should put our faith, we should take shelter of the lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, Lord Krishna, and we should worship him. Then only our life becomes perfect. We get real perfect peace and real freedom from all sorts of fear. So that's the conclusion. So with that, I'd like to end. So if there is any comment, any correction, I'll take just one comment. Yes, bro. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. King Anga's progeny. Purity. Once again, Prabhu, what is the... Children. Okay. So, like we read Srimad Bhagavatam, we read in this topic, this subject. When we read, we don't see any we don't come to any points that he didn't perform any Garbhadan Samskara, nothing like that. We just come to the point that his semen became contaminated because of the association of his wife Sunita, who happened to be the daughter of death personified. We come to that, so we can just take, because of association of his wife, so his semen became polluted. Because of that, his children, King Bena came, who is very bad at character, bad at quality. We can come to conclusion like that. That's it. Jai Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Jai Shri Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam Mahapuran ki Jai. Jai Jai Shri Gaura Nitai ki Jai. Jai Shri Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki Jai. Jai Jai Shri Radha Gopinath Bhagavan ki Jai. Samaveta Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Jai Nitai Gaur Premanande.